Pelican L from BSc 1-1. Number 1, theory. Theory is a set of statements devised to explain behavior, event, or phenomenon, especially one that has been repeatedly tested and widely accepted. Number 2, school of thoughts is a term that refers to a group of beliefs, ideas that support a specific theory or idea. Psychological determinism. This explain the psychological determinant who ano ba yun? Psychological determinant which define behavior of a person. This idea has long been hatched by thinkers who were consumed by the belief that it is the psychological equipment to know the psychological equivalent that product a person to act the way he does. ID, it is governed by the pleasure principle, represented the unconscious behavior drives for pleasure. The ID pleasure are not social and must be repressed or adapted so that they may become socially accepted. Ego. This is considered to be the sensible and responsible part of an individual drives for pleasure. Repressed responsible part of an individual personality, and it is governed by reality principle. Superego, conscience principle serve as the moral conscience of an individual. It is structured by what values were taught by the parents, the school, or the community itself, as well as the belief in God. Oedipus complex, a stage of development where males have sexual attraction to their mother. And Electra complex, these are the stage of development where females have sexual feelings for their father. Latency begins at age 6. Feelings of sexuality are expressed and begins at puberty at puberty. This marks the beginning of adult sexuality. Fixated person exhibit behavior traits characteristic of of those encountered encountered specific infantile sexual development. Example, an infant who does not receive enough gratitude, enough sexual gratitude, enough oral gratitude during the first year of life, and it is likely as an adult who engage in such oral behavior as smoking, drinking, or drug abuse, and others. Neuros, a common type of mental disorder used to explain criminal behavior. Psychos, a more serious type of mental disorder, which can be organic or functional psychotic. People lose contact from reality with and have difficulty in distinguishing reality to fantasy. Impulsive disorder, an excessive or unreasonable desire to do or act or have something, an irrational or irresistible motive. Example of these are mania, kleptomania, dipsomania, pyromania, and others. Schizophrenia, also called dementia precox, characterized by distortion or withdrawal from reality, disturbance of thoughts and language, withdrawal from social contact. Anxiety, person may be person may be irritable. Person may be irritable and have poor concentration and overreact to the things that are annoying. Next natin is social norms, also called as rules of conducts, shared standard of behavior, standard of behaviors requires certain expectation of behavior and give in situation. Socialization refers to the learning process by which a person start learning and internalize the way of society, so that he or she function and become a part of the society. Culture refers to the system of values and meaning shared by group uh, shared by group of individual, including the embodiment of those values and meaning in a material form. Sociological determinism. Sociological determinism. Sociological factor refers to things, places, and people with whom you were with contact with, and which play a part of your which plays a part in determining which plays part in determining your action and conduct. Cultural transmission. Cultural transmission. This concept this concept requires to this concept is a passing way of generation to another generation, passing of ideas or kasanayan, passing of ideas and culture theory, passing of ideas and culture to one generation to another, so that they may become stable and so that the culture may be stable. um, um, social bond. This person social bond ties a person has to institution and process of learning, the process of communicating. According to Hirsky, element of social bond are commitment, attachment, belief, and involvement. Strain theory holds that crime is function of conflict between the goals between the goals between the goals of people and means legally. That means that it may become legally or legally. Theory of imitation. Pattern 1. Individuals imitate others in proposition to the intensity and frequency of their contact. Theory of imitation. Pattern 2. Inferior imitate superior. Imitation. Theory of imitation. Pattern 3. When two behavior collide, when two behavior pattern collide, there is one that will take place. There is one take place, the other. Ulit. Welcome Josh L from BSC 1-1.